Hey, anyone out there watching my videos, subscribe to my channel. I want to share a story with you, and hopefully, I can enlighten some people. I want to explain to you how this affected me, where I'm at now, and just everything overall. So I want to take you back almost 5 years ago. I was I was 22 years old, living at home, no car, no license, working minimum wage at a busing company. Um, Even though I didn't have a lot of money, I would find, I would always put others before myself, go out of my way to help people, no matter how much I didn't have. I was volunteering at a homeless shelter on Spring Garden Avenue called Chosen 300. I believe they're still active. I haven't been there in years. Um, my opinion on homeless shelters have changed a lot, but I was volunteering at a homeless shelter, mentoring people, helping people out, doing a lot. I was inspired by a singer. You've probably heard of her, Lana Del Rey. When I was really into music, and I still am, I read in her biography that she volunteered at a shelter for kids on drugs and runaways. And when I saw that, I just was inspired by her to do the very same thing. So yeah, from like I think around like maybe like beginning of like March till about like maybe May or June, I was always just giving money and helping, serve food there. And yeah, that's just what I did for that period of time. So I want to just get to the point of the video. So on the 23rd of June 2017, I was on my way to work. My my job was in Port Richmond. It was on Wheat Chief Lane in like the Port Richmond section, Philadelphia, like near around like Aramingo Avenue, if you know where that is. I was I was walking I was walking that day. I'll just say that because at my job at this busing company, they will call you for you have to call them for your time, and they will put you, if you were like um an assistant on the bus or a driver. If you came on your day off, you were on standby. If you had a steady schedule, you were told to come in at this time. Knowing, being the fact that I didn't have a car, there'd be times when if I was just really low on cash, it was really nothing to me. I would walk to work all the way there from my house to Port Richmond. Now that it was nothing to me to walk for 2 hours, because to obtain that job, when I did the physical for that job, I walked all the way from my house to Southwest Philadelphia, where um the physical, like the place to do the physical was, because I didn't have any money on me. So yeah, I walked all the way there and back. I left the house 8 o'clock in the morning, got to the place 4:30 in the afternoon, left around 6, got home 2 o'clock in the morning. True story. Don't have to lie to you. I walked all the way there, had blisters on my feet. My legs were my legs almost gave out on me, but I walked the whole way there, and I don't regret none of it. Um, because I got the job. I obtained what I wanted. That was the job. But yeah. Anyway, I was walking to work on the 23rd of June. Walking to work, and on my way there, it was just nothing to me. It was like a normal day at first. remember this guy looked like he was on drugs or homeless. He was asking me for like $1. I didn't have any money. And then, I turned around, see if he was following me. I'm just back on my phone, not paying attention. So I'm walking. And then I'm walking in this very narrow street. And then this Puerto Rican dude, like a polo shirt on, like a white shirt on, I remember. He was just walking behind me. And I turn around, don't think much of it. So I'm on my phone. I remember very clear. I remember I was watching that song. Remember that song by the Migos, Bad and Bougie? I was listening to that on my phone, had my headphones on. And I just glanced around. And in the next minute, the Puerto Rican guy and his friend, another black guy, they come around me. The black dude has like a Uzi or like a one of them, like a Mac 10 gun, and the Puerto Rican had like a pistol. And they literally like are behind, like running. They run up on me with the gun, with the guns, and I just freeze up. And I'm just like, why, like what do they want from me? Why is it happening now? And they tell me, they just, I forgot what he said, but I just froze, man. I just felt like they were gonna kill me. And let me just explain this first. I walked to work. If you're from Philadelphia, you know that's not a good area to walk in. But understand where my mind was. I told myself, I'm helping people out. I had faith in the area that I was walking in. I told myself, I'm from the city like everybody else. I was born here. I was raised here. These are my people. Well, at least I thought so. I shouldn't be scared of the neighborhood that I'm walking in, because these are working people just like myself. At least I thought that at first. So I'm walking. Well, anyway, they pulled the guns on me, and mind you, I don't have much. My phone that I was using, that I didn't have a working phone in years. The phone wasn't worth anything. I had a debit card, no money on it, my keys, my work ID, my work badge. Um, I had like $1 and a pretzel, and they took everything. Well, they gave me back my ID, and you know, they gave me back my work ID, and then and what was so scary was the fact that I felt like I was about to be killed, because the black guy was so bothered by the fact that I kept staring at him when he pointed the gun in my face. I thought that was the end for me. He kept telling me, stop looking at me, stop looking at me. And I'm like, I'm not trying to. So they tell me to just get out of here, go. And they don't really get anything. They get $1. So, I have no phone to call anyone to tell them what happened. But I remember I just kind of laughed about it as I walked home. I first, for like 10 minutes, I just literally stayed in like one narrow alleyway just for like a whole 10 minutes, because I couldn't really process what just happened. But I walked home, and I have just felt like I got shot, but I didn't feel like the bullet entered my body, because that day, not one person showed any concern with what happened. No one did. You know, even after it happened, no one really ever showed any concern. After all the stuff that I was doing for other people, no one showed any concern, and that affected. Um, it made me into the cynical person I am today, and a lot of my views that I have are shaped from that. Not that moment, not that experience completely, but after that happened, man, I just felt very, oh man, I just felt the person I am today is responsible. What happened that day is responsible. It's part of the reason why I'm the person I am today. Um, you know, I will never ever understand why people do things like that to support themselves. If you've been to jail and you've been convicted of something like that, robbing someone, I don't I don't have sympathy for you. If you feel like that's a way to take care of your family by taking someone else's stuff, you're a part of the reason why inner cities are the way they are. But yeah, after that experience, I just stopped helping people. I just told myself that you can't change you can't change people. People are going to be people. But I had no success in finding who did that to me. I was pretty young. I've never been robbed before prior to that. Well, I have been robbed, but not with a gun. So even though he gave me my ID back, like I told you, the police could not find the guys. He told me he couldn't find like fingerprints on my ID. It was a waste of time, But I got robbed by two guys thinking that I can walk in my own neighborhood. Well, not my neighborhood, but my own city. Lesson learned from that is do not walk in low income neighborhoods. Don't work in them, don't live in them. Don't don't try to help those neighborhoods because they are what they are.